Now we are going to move on to our next talk of the day. It's my pleasure to introduce the moderator for this section, Dr. Chih-Cheng HSU. Dr. HSU is the director and the principal investigator of the National Center for Geriatrics and Welfare Research at the National Health Research Institute in Taiwan. Let's give Dr. HSU a big hand and welcome him to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. This is Chih-Cheng HSU from National Center of Geriatrics and Welfare Research, NHRI. And this is my honor to be invited here to introduce to you a very important speaker, Ms. Audrey TONG. She is a director of Integrated Solution Program Planning Office, Health Promotion Board, Singapore. She is responsible for the board's integrated program on Healthy 365, Lifestyle Mobile App, and the Lumi Health program, which is a collaboration with Apple that offers digital lifestyle intervention. The program just ended this May after 6 years of program success. Previously, Ms. TONG led the board's Healthy Aging Physical Activity Partnership Division. She also led the introduction of the Health Point Reward Loyalty Program. Today, Ms. TONG's presentation topic is Health Promotion Board's journey towards citizen-centric innovation. Please join me to welcome Ms. TONG.
Testing. Hi. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to the organizers for having me here. In my sharing this afternoon, I would like to take you through our journey towards citizen-centric innovation, and in particular, how digital innovation has shaped the way we help our residents move more, eat better, and live healthier. I have structured my sharing in 3 ways, or 3 parts. First, how our health promotion strategy evolved, and why we have turned to digital. Second, what we have built, what it does, and the impact it has delivered. And third, where we believe this is going next, including an illustration of what the future could look like for an ordinary citizen. Let me start with the context, because technology only makes sense against the problem it was built to solve. Innovation rarely happens by accident. In our experience, it happens when several conditions align at once: a pressing problem, a convergence of technology or ideas, and an environment where partners are willing to collaborate. Before 2014, our approach was essentially public health education. We promoted mass awareness of healthy living across the whole population. It was broad, necessary, and it worked well for that purpose. From 2015 to 2019, we shifted towards establishing healthier ecosystems, nudging citizens towards healthier choices by changing the environments they live, work, and play. From 2020 to 2024, we move into precision in public health, delivering tailored interventions to more than 2 million citizens. And currently, our focus is on inspiring healthy living, empowering all citizens through holistic, accessible and inclusive health journeys. Across these two strategic plans, we achieved a great deal. We scaled national initiatives and population-based approaches to tackle non-communicable diseases. We increased both the market share and the mind share of healthy living among Singaporeans through policy change and sustained campaigns, and we built health-promoting ecosystems in schools, workplace, and community. But we also ran into hard truths. First, a top-down one-size-fits-all doesn't always seem the most effective. Generic interventions do not resonate equally across a diverse population, and there were sub-segments we were simply not able to reach or convert. Delivery was also provider-centric and siloed, which meant we were not addressing citizens' needs in an integrated way. Second, mass programming is not sustainable in the long term with finite sources. Personalizing interventions through traditional health promotion is close to impossible without scaling manpower exponentially. And third, and perhaps most consequentially, traditional health promotion makes it very difficult to collect the data needed to understand an individual's health journey or to assess whether a program is actually working. Those constraints, combined with rising sedentary behavior and the emergence of wearables and gamification, led us to launch the National Steps Challenge and the Healthy 365 app in September 2015. At that time, it was really, frankly, a digital experiment. The early results told us something important. We reached 1.3 million residents within 3 years, sustained engagement across the 5 National Steps Challenge seasons, as well as our Eat, Drink, Shop Healthy campaign. And for the first time, with the HPB issued trackers to all citizens, we could see daily physical and activity data, which allowed us to assess whether behavior change was actually being sustained. That was the turning point. Technology gave us the reach, sustained engagement, and evidence in turn gave us the foundation for precision. So this slide actually traces how Healthy 365, HPB's national lifestyle mobile app, has evolved, because the app today bears very little resemblance to the app we first launched. In 2015, Healthy 365 delivered our first digital programs. We combat sedentary lifestyle through gamified challenges and rewards. Step counting leaderboards and health points could then be redeemed, and we gave people a reason to care about it. It was also the start of the social movement, utilizing wearables, mobile app, and gamification at a national level. By 2019, we were delivering a tailored health experience. Rather than one national challenge for everyone, we began offering tailored tasks, nudges, and programs drawing on behavioral insights, and we widened the approach and scope beyond physical activity towards more holistic health interventions. Now in 2026, we continue the goal to scale for precision health, adding more programs and new capabilities and support genuinely personalized interventions across a much larger share of population. And looking ahead, our ambition is an integrated health journey, which has already started, where we co-create a personalized health journey with each user, drawing on their own insights and on broader ecosystem around them, and meeting people where they already are, rather than asking them to come to us. You can see the shift on the right of the slide. We began as a siloed step tracker, is becoming a digital health lifestyle ecosystem spanning physical activity, nutrition, sleep, smart wearables, rewards, mental wellness, and newly community assets, so residents can book and find activities near them. Soon to be launched, we are also introducing a mood logging app within the Healthy 365 app. So 2 design principles have carried us through all of it. The first is that health management should feel less clinical and more engaging. Digital badges, challenges, and rewards are not decoration. They are the mechanism by which a health behavior competes for attention against everything else in a person's day. The second is that the app should be learned. Our vision is a lifelong digital health companion that co-creates personalized experience across online and offline resources and continuously learns in order to guide and best needs health action for every resident. Okay, before I move on to the technology, I'd like to mention that at the heart of our population health strategy It's a simple belief. Meaningful, sustainable health outcomes cannot be delivered by any single agency alone. They require coordinated ecosystems of partners working hand in hand with communities, supporting residents at every stage of their life. Over the next few years, that collective effort, or rather the past few years, that collective effort has taken shape through 3 national initiatives, which together form a life course approach. One is Grow Well SG, targeted at the young children, and through close partnership with schools, healthcare providers, parents, and caregivers, we shape healthy habits early in life. With Healthier SG, it supports the adults, it strengthens preventive care and empowers residents to take ownership of their health. And in Age Well SG, it completes the arc. As our population ages, it enables seniors to age actively and meaningfully within their own communities. Through partnerships across health, social, and community sectors, we create environments that encourage social connection, physical activity, and access to care. These initiatives are not standalone. They represent a shared commitment to support Singaporeans throughout their life journey. By aligning our efforts and leveraging each partner's strengths, with residents at the center, we move together towards healthier and more fulfilling lives lived in the community. I make this point deliberate because digital platform I'm about to describe is not a substitute for that ecosystem. It is the connective tissue that brings and makes the ecosystem legible and accessible to an individual resident. So what does Healthy 365 actually do today? At HPB, we went through a digital transformation. We moved from traditional health promotion agency to a digitally enabled evidence-based organization able to deliver citizen-centered programs at scale. That is the fundamental change to our operating model. We also reorganized the organization. Today, Healthy 365 helps empowers citizens to build lasting healthy habits in the course of an ordinary life or ordinary day by engaging them as active co-creators rather than passive recipients. The user journey runs across 3 simple movements. First, users can set healthy habit lifestyle goals and action plans that reflect what they actually want to achieve. Second, they receive nudges and track progress with tailored content and tasks based on their motivations and their segmented lifestyle behavioral goals. Third, they engage in programs, both digital and physical, and are rewarded for doing so. A few design choices are worth calling out because they are where the behavioral science lives. We keep the game mechanics simple so that participation requires almost no learning curve. We deliver information in bite-size, quick, and easy to understand. We use quizzes as an interactive route to health literacy rather than pushing long articles that nobody reads. And we recommend weekly tasks that deliberately help span health domains so that the user who came for steps, as an example, can get engaged with nutrition or sleep. And we reward the completion of challenges and the achievement at milestones. So the Age Strong program you see on the top applies the same architecture to seniors with daily customized workouts, simple tasks, and cross-domain quizzes designed for accessibility first. The underlying principle is consistent. Make the healthy action small, make it relevant, make it visible, and make it rewarding. As we know, health is shaped not by a single decision, but by small intentional choices we make every day. The difficulty is that most of these choices are invisible to us. This slide shows how we have been making progress every day so that residents can understand and manage their well-being across key domains. Through step count and MVPA, users can monitor their daily activity and stay motivated to reduce sedentary behavior. By translating movement into tangible progress, whether incidental or leisure time activity, the app helps users build sustainable active habits over time. Beyond physical activity, we also support sleep tracking, and this gives users greater awareness of their sleep patterns. We have also extended into meal logging, which allows users to reflect on their dietary habits and make more informed nutritional choices. In the next year or two, we will also be developing the meal logging feature to be able to give feedback based on individuals' input into what they have been eating for the day. And all of this is supported by Health Points, our rewards program, which provides immediate, tangible return on effort at the exact moment the effort is made. Individually, each of this is a feature. Viewed together as a single dashboard, they become something different. A holistic view of a person's health that turns everyday actions into meaningful insight and empowers residents to build a more active role in their wellness journey. So, this brings me to consider what I consider the most important shift we have made. Previously, our health programs were designed around a one-size-fits-all model where users were largely passive recipients of information. Today, we have changed that paradigm. We draw on behavioral insights, data analytics, and AI. We have transformed Healthy 365 from a platform that delivers programs into one that empowers individuals to shape their own health journeys. That works through two mechanisms. The first is personalized goal setting. Users are encouraged to set weekly goals anchored on our Singapore Physical Activity Guidelines. Every 2 weeks, they reflect on what they achieved and progress their goals accordingly. The app also recommends to them based on their activity, and they can choose to accept or create their own goals. This matters because a goal a person sets for themselves carries a different psychological weight from the target an agency sets for them. The second is behaviorally tailored interventions, and there are 4 components. Weekly tasks in bite-sized information, tailored nudges based on observed behavioral patterns delivered to move users towards better health behaviors at the moment when they are most receptive. Digital coaching, which allows us to provide coaching and personalized health information at scale without a human in the loop, and this we have deployed using AI. This is the capability that finally breaks the resourcing constraint I described earlier. And digital badges, which provide engagement and drive sustainable behavioral change through intrinsic motivation rather than just material reward alone. Underneath all this, data analytics gives us deeper insight into user behavior, motivations, and engagement patterns. That tells us what resonates with which segments. Behavioral insights then let us continuously refine the experiment so interventions stay relevant, timely, and impactful, guided by evidence and real-world behavior rather than assumptions. The result is a shift from program-centric engagement into user-centric empowerment. Users no longer simply participate in activities designed for them. They make informed choices, set goals that matter to them, receive personalized guidance, and actively shape their own path to better health. In short, we have moved from driving participation to fostering ownership. So let me share some results because we do test our ambition against outcomes. On the physical activity front, we compared 2023 and 25. The bars here show the proportion of participants who improved their weekly MVPA minutes, grouped by starting baseline. The pattern is instructive. Among those starting below 50 minutes of MVPA a week, 59% improved. Among those between 50 and 99 minutes, 46% improved, and so forth, as seen in the graph. In other words, we are most effective precisely where public health return is greatest, among the least active. That is not always the case with health interventions, which often preferentially engage the already motivated. And among everyone who improved, the median increase was 135 minutes of MVPA per week. That is a clinically meaningful change, not a marginal one. So on nutrition, the story is also similar. The average number of monthly users purchasing healthier choice simple items rose from 446,000 in 2023 to 598,000 in 2025. So these figures come from our participation in our Eat, Drink, Shop Healthy program, so they reflect actual purchasing behavior as point of scale, not stated intention. I will summarize it this way. The platform is reaching the people who need it most. It is producing change at a magnitude that matters, and it is doing so across both movement and diet. So this is where we are today. Foundations built, impact demonstrated, and a platform that has earned a place in the daily lives of large scale of population and is a national lifestyle mobile app. Which then brings us to the harder question. As the health landscape evolves, so must we. The next chapter is about scaling our impact, deepening citizen engagement, and unlocking new opportunities to improve population health. We have made real progress through Healthy 365 and other broader ecosystem of initiatives, but the needs of our residents continue to evolve, technology continues to advance. So the question before us is not simply how can we sustain what we have built, it is how we evolve and how we position ourselves for greater impact in the years ahead. Before that, I'd like us to share the connection of software and hardware for healthy living in our terms. Traditionally, health and well-being initiatives have been split into two separate worlds. On the one side sits the hardware, the built environment, the physical infrastructure, the food ecosystem, the parks, the walkways, the fitness corners, the community spaces. That world is actually shaped by our other ministries and other agencies. And on the other side sits the software, digital programs and apps, fitness platforms, health services and intervention. Healthy 365, Active SG, which is actually another arm of Sports Singapore in Singapore. And the commercial platforms are residents already use, from Garmin to Samsung Health to major gym players. All these are the software. When software and hardware do not talk to each other, residents experience solutions that are helpful individually, but poorly integrated with what it actually happens around them. The app suggests a walk, but it does not know that the walkway is under repair, as an example. Or it is 34 degrees outside, or that there is a free community program just 200 meters away. So the shift we are pursuing is a connection between the two into a single loop. The hardware, the food ecosystem, and the built environment serves as the real-world foundation that residents live in. Sensors, wearables, and data streams capture how that environment and community are actually functioning. The software then interprets and translates that data into everyday actions, and those actions feed back into how we plan and prioritize the environment itself. The result is a healthy living environment that is not static but adaptive, data-informed and resident-centered. I want to stress this: as much as institutional change as a technical one, it requires agencies to share data, align incentives, and design services jointly rather than sequentially. In our experience, that is harder half of the work. So let me illustrate, with the help of AI created slides, what the digital healthy lifestyle companion could look like from the inside through the eyes of one resident over 1 year. This is an illustration of where we believe technology is heading. Some of these elements you see are areas that we have started working on, but much has yet to be done. So these are AI-generated slides. Maybe we can introduce Aaron. He's a 25-year-old fresh grad, 18 months into his first job, juggling work demands, not being able to eat the way he did or exercise the way he did. He is not unwell, he is not a patient, but he would describe himself as someone which didn't do as well as he used to. And this is the person that we precisely want to reach as well, because our traditional models struggle most to reach. So let me take you through his first year. The wake-up call on day 1. Aaron goes for a routine health consult. His doctor reviews his results, and rather than issuing generic advice, he shares lifestyle prescription with Healthy 365 and Aaron's consent. The app ingests that prescription and uses that to tailor its recommendation from the very first interaction. This is a small step with large implications. It means clinical judgment and daily behavior are no longer disconnected. The advice given in a 10-minute consult can now have a mechanism to follow the patient home. The digital companion then awakes. That evening, Aaron opens the Healthy 365 app. For the first time, the interface is clean and welcoming, and his doctor's prescription is displayed prominently. He is offered 3 paths: co-create lifestyle goals with a digital coach, start with a default plan, or simply explore on his own. Intrigued by a personalized option, Aaron chooses the first, and a friendly avatar appears, which is his digital coach. The greeting is deliberate, modest in tone. I am here to understand what matters most to you and to help you build a plan. Nobody has told Aaron what his goal should be. The heart-to-heart on day 2. Over about 20 minutes, he opens the app in ways he has not expected. And the conversation feels natural. Asked about his biggest health concern, he says he has gained 8 kilos since starting work. He used to play football twice a week. Now just climbing up the steps gets him tired. And in his words, he wants to feel like himself again. The coach listens and describes a demanding schedule, a 45-minute commute, a preference for indoor activity because of the sun, and a genuine love of bubble tea as well. What is significant here is not the empathy, it is the specificity. Weight management, indoor preference, fixed commute, and a food culture that is not going to change. Those constants are the real design brief. The personalized blueprint on day 3, the coach does not produce a generic fitness plan. It produces a plan built around Aaron's actual day. In the morning, it will include walks under covered walkway to the MRT instead of taking the bus, a 20-minute home workout or stretch routine while he takes his coffee break, and so on and so forth. And every one of these options is chosen because it fits a constraint Aaron already described. Nothing asked him to become a different person. It fits into his lifestyle. On day 14, within a week, Aaron is engaged. Every morning brings him a suggestion, turned to the day's weather and his calendar. Take the covered route today. There is a healthy breakfast along the way, and all that. And then comes the moment that matters most. Aaron has a heavy barbecue dinner with colleagues. The app does not scold him. It nudges him gently, lets him balance out with a 30-minute walk this evening and some lighter options tomorrow. And here are 3 good lunch spots nearby. So that's what the app suggests to do. This is deliberate design decision. Systems that punish lapses, lose users is exactly the point where these users must need support. Recovery, not guilt, is what sustains a habit. And the weekly challenges becomes something he enjoys. He is particularly proud of his Dare Climber badge, which he shares on social media. So fast forward, the intelligent companion on day 60. 2 months in, and the suggestions have been noticeably more intuitive. On a sunny Saturday morning, the app recommends 3-line route with sheltered rest stops, guides him through equipments in the neighborhood fitness corners, and augmented reality overlays showing proper form. It also tells him that there is a water cooler 50 meters away and clean restrooms in the community center nearby. The app is able to say all these because the built environment, which is the hardware that I talked about earlier, has become legible to it. Yeah. And so this is the predictive partner on day 85, and Aaron's health promotion professional hopes for, which basically asks him, why didn't I start earlier? Okay, so the deeper understanding on day 120, and this is the point where Aaron has not even noticed it himself. Despite his progression, his mood log shows a rising pattern of stress, and the coach opens a gentle conversation about it, and so on and so forth. And so, if I can just jump straight to maybe this slide. This slide here. 3 points that I wanted to make. Digital is not a channel, it is an operating model. Healthy 365 change what HPB is capable of, not just how we communicate. Second, personalization at scale is only possible when data, behavioral science, and partnership come together. Any one of the 3 on its own will fall short. And third, the goal is not empowerment with an app, it is ownership of one's own health. Technology earns its place only when it makes the healthy choice the easy, obvious, rewarding one. And before I end, I'd like to just play a quick video just to encapsulate what I've just been describing in the last few minutes. The video will only take 2 minutes, and if someone can help me, please.